Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss the relative velocity method for the velocity analysis. So it's a graphical method to find out the velocity of any given configuration. So here we are going to discuss the introductory part, how to correlate the velocities in terms of the vector diagram, how to show the motion of a link and correlate it with the vector, and the third point, that is how to find out the rubbing velocity at pin joint. Okay, so let us start with the first point, the relative velocity of two bodies moving in a straight line. So let us consider the two bodies A and B. So here we have considered the two bodies A and B moving along the parallel lines in the same direction. So here let it be the VA, it is the absolute velocity of A, and VB, it is the absolute velocity of B. So we have considered the velocity in such a way that the velocity of A, it is greater than the velocity of B. So here the relative velocity of A with respect to B, so that we can find out, so by using a vector diagram, so I can represent this particular velocity on a vector. So simply by a straight line we can show this particular velocities on a vector diagram. So from a common reference point, that is 0. So let us consider this the common reference point as a O, and this is the vector OA which represents the magnitude of the velocity of A, that is the absolute velocity of A. The next on the same we can represent the point B, the vector OB, it represents the absolute velocity of B, that is VB. So we can calculate this particular relative velocity. The relative velocity, the velocity of A with respect to B, so it can be calculated simply by the vector difference of VA and VB. So it is VA minus VB, VA minus VB. So we can write it down in terms of vector form, the relative velocity of A with respect to B. So it may be written in terms of a vector form, in terms of a vector length. So here we can show, so this distance, that is BA, the vector BA, so it represents the velocity of A with respect to B. So here we can show the vector BA is equal to the subtraction of two vectors, so vector OA, so this is the vector OA, minus the vector OB, so this is the vector OB. So the resultant, so that is vector BA is equal to the vector OA minus vector OB. Like this way we can find out the relative velocity. Now similarly, if I have to calculate the relative velocity of B with A, so in this manner, so the same distance it will be there, that is the velocity of B with respect to A, but the change in the direction. So that means the direction it will be changed, the magnitude it remains same. Now let us consider the second case, that is the relative velocity of two bodies moving in an inclined direction. So the next possibility that one body can move along a straight line path, and the second body it is moving along an inclined path. So here it is the body A and B, and here it is the absolute velocity of A and the absolute velocity of B, that is V and VB. So how we can calculate the relative velocity of A with respect to B? So it can be calculated by means of the law of parallelogram of velocities, or the triangle law of velocities. So by using this law of parallelogram or the triangle law, we can calculate the resultant, or we can find out the relative velocity. So just we'll see the procedure how we can calculate. So first take any fixed point O. So here it is, let it be the fixed point O. So second point, draw the vector OA to represent the velocity of A in magnitude and direction by using some suitable scale. So I have to consider some scale, and by that particular scale I can represent the length of vector. So let it be, this is the vector OA and it represents the velocity of A. The vector OA, it represents the velocity of A. The third point, draw the vector OB to represent the velocity of B in magnitude and direction. So obviously I have to consider some scale, and the same scale, whatever be the scale we have used for the first vector, the same scale I have to represent the velocity of B. So let it be, so this is the vector OB, this is the vector OB, and it represents the absolute velocity of B, the absolute velocity of B. So this is the way by which we can show both the vectors with the velocities. The next point, if I join the vector BA, so it represents the relative velocity of A with respect to B. So let us join this B with A. So this BA, so this vector BA, it represents the velocity of A with respect to B. Okay, so here from the diagram we can calculate the velocity of A with respect to B. We can calculate is the vector difference of VA and VB. So VA minus VB. So you can calculate in terms of vector form the length of vector. So here it is, the length of BA is a vector BA is equal to length of OA minus OB. So it's the subtraction of these two vectors like this. So in this way we can calculate the magnitude of this particular relative velocity. The next we can go for the relative velocity of B with respect to A. So that too also we can calculate in the similar fashion. So the relative velocity of B with A, so it will be the vector difference of VB minus VA. So velocity of B minus velocity of A, or we can represent it is in terms of AB is equal to vector OB minus vector OA. So just we can show it in the sketch, so we can define it. So here it is, suppose for the reverse case, so this will be the direction for this particular velocity of A, and this in this particular way you will get the resultant. So obviously in the reverse direction, so this is the direction for the velocity of B with respect to A, and we can find out this is the same in magnitude. The magnitude of whatever be the vectors AB we have got will be same as that of the vector BA, So obviously the direction it will be different, the magnitude it will be same. So here we can conclude the relative velocity of point A with respect to B and the relative velocity of point B with respect to A are equal in magnitude, but the opposite in direction. So we have seen it here. So velocity of A with B is equal to minus of velocity of B with A. So opposite in direction. Or we can represent it is in terms of vector. So vector BA is equal to minus of vector AB. So that we can see, or that we can understand it. Okay. The next point, once we have understood this particular part, so we can see that is how we can represent the velocity for a link by means of a vector. So let us consider the motion of a link. Consider the 2 points A and B on a rigid link AB. So we have considered one rigid link. So let it be, this is the first point A, and this is the next point B. So these are the 2 points on a rigid link. Let one of the extremities of the link moves relative to the A in the clockwise direction. So we have considered that A point it is fixed, and the next end it is there, that is the end point B. It is moving in clockwise direction. So here it is moving in clockwise direction with some angular velocity. Now here we have considered that the AB it is a rigid link. So it is obvious the distance between A and B it remains same. Okay, the length of this link it will not going to change. Okay. In other way we can say that there will not be any relative motion between A and B along the line AB. So A और B के बीच में एक relative motion नहीं रहेगा. So the we cannot move along this straight line path. Okay. So we can move in other direction. Okay. So this is the way. The A it is the fixed one. Only the B it can be moved. So B it can move. So it can move with respect to A. It must be perpendicular to AB. So parallel direction में तो move नहीं होने वाला. So obviously the B it can move. It is in a perpendicular direction to AB, likely. So that's why with this we can represent the velocity. It is perpendicular to this particular link AB. So this is the relative velocity of B with A. Relative velocity of B with A. Now with this we can have a common statement. The velocity of point on a link with respect to another point on a link, the same link, is always perpendicular to the line joining these points on the configuration diagram or the space diagram Okay. So now we can show it is in terms of the vector. So we have got the position. The length of vector we can calculate by analytical equation, and the position. So here we have got it, and here we can represent it is by means of a vector. So this is the vector AB. This is the vector AB, which is perpendicular to the link AB, and it represents the velocity of B with respect to A. The velocity of B with respect to A. Okay. Now, so here the relative velocity of B with respect to A, it is represented by a vector AB. So that we have shown, and it is perpendicular to the line AB. So just we have shown in the diagram. So now we can consider the omega as the angular velocity of link AB about point A. So we know that the relation in between the linear velocity and angular velocity. So the velocity of point B with respect to the point A, so linear velocity. The linear velocity of B with respect to A, it is nothing but the vector AB. So just we have represented, or it can be calculated, that is omega into length of AB. So omega it is the angular velocity. Okay. So let it be the equation number 1. Then similarly, just if I consider the another one point, that is C, on the same link EB, so we can find out the velocity of C point on AB with respect to A. So just if I consider here the another one point C, so here it is on the same link. So obviously we'll have this particular velocity of this particular C point with E. It is by means of vector AC. So this AC it represents the velocity of C with A. Okay. So just we'll find out the relation, how how we can locate this. So here we can represent it. It is in terms of velocity of CA is equal to vector EC, and it is in terms of omega into EC. Okay, so what will be the distance on the link, so for this particular C point from A, so that is EC, and omega, so both the points are on same link, so that's why the angular velocity will be same, so omega. So let it be equation number 2. So here it is, we'll divide the equation number 1 by 2. So from equation 1 and 2 we get a ratio of velocities is equal to the ratio of length of vectors. So the velocity of B with A is divided by velocity of C with A is equal to vector EB divided by vector EC. Okay. So again, if I put up the value in terms of omega, so omega into AB divided by omega into EC. So here this omega, it is the common term, so it will get cancelled, and I will get the ratio of velocities. It is in terms of the ratio of your length of links. So by this way, so what we can conclude, the point C on vector EB, it divides in the same ratio as the C divides on link AB. So in what proportion the point C divides the original link AB, in the same proportion the point C it will divide on your vector diagram. So vector diagram का proportion और वो link का साथ का proportion वो same रहेगा, the same proportion will be there. So by this way we can find out the velocity of in between points also, if I know the vector for the end points. So end points का अगर vector पता है तो उससे हम in between कोई भी points की velocity निकाल सकते हैं और vector diagrams पे represent कर सकते हैं by this proportionality theorem. Okay, so this is the way, so by which we can find out and show the vector for the velocity for any particular link. So now the next part it is here, that is whenever the two links are joined by means of a pin joint. Okay, so if the two links are there, so if these are joined by means of a pin joint, so here we can see, so this is the link OA and this is the link OB. Suppose both are having some angular velocity, so let it be the angular velocity omega 1, let it be the angular velocity omega 2. So due to the rotation of these particular links, the pin it will acquire some motion. Okay, and it will have some gradual motion in linear direction, and we have to find out the velocity at this particular pin joint, so which is known as the rubbing velocity. It is because of the rubbing or the movement of these particular two links. जो दो links है उसके movements के कारण, so what will be the motion it will acquire, and that is called as the rubbing velocity at the pin joint. It will have some gradual movement. Okay, of the gradual motion. So the links in mechanisms are mostly connected by means of a pin joint. So just we are observing, and if I have to define, how we can define it, the rubbing velocity, it is defined as the algebraic sum, so between the two angular velocities of two links which are connected by pin joints. So we have to consider the significance of these two velocities and multiplied by radius of pin. So here it is, what will be the radius of pin, so significance of this angular velocity and this radius, that will results in the rubbing velocity in terms of meter per second. So let us consider the OA and OB are connected by a pin O and pin joint at O, and just we have considered the omega 1 is the angular velocity of link OA, and let it be the angular velocity omega 2, and the radius of pin as small r in terms of millimeters or meters. Okay, then according to the definition, the rubbing velocity at pin joint at O we can calculate. So it will be omega 1 minus omega 2 into r if the links moves in the same direction. Suppose the omega 1 it is moving in the clockwise direction and omega 2 it is moving in the same clockwise direction, or the omega 1 it is moving in anti-clockwise direction, and similar fashion the omega 2 it is moving in anti-clockwise direction. So in that case you have to take subtraction of the two angular velocities into the radius of pin. So I get it in terms of meter per second. The second part, if these links are moving, it is in the opposite direction, so we have to take addition. So omega 1 plus omega 2 into r. So suppose omega 1 it is in the clockwise direction and omega 2 it is in the anti-clockwise direction. So omega 1 plus omega 2 into r. So you get the rubbing velocity at pin joint in meter per second. Now in some of the cases it may happen that one link it is having the sliding motion, and the one link it is the rotational type of the motion or the turning type of the motion. So suppose when the pin connects, one it is the sliding member and the other one it is the turning member. So in that case the angular velocity of the sliding member it is 0. The angular velocity of sliding member it is 0, and with this we can calculate the rubbing velocity at pin joint. It is by the equation that is omega into r. So what is this r? It is the radius of this pin, and now this omega it is nothing but the angular velocity of turning gear or the angular velocity of your turning member. So this is the way by which we can calculate the rubbing velocity at the pin joint of various links, and just we have discussed how to represent the velocities and find out the position for the velocity of a link. So with this we can apply this particular logic and find out the velocity of any particular configuration diagram, because in the configuration of any particular mechanism the various links are there, and these are connected by means of the pin joint. So obviously we can draw the vector diagram for that, and from that particular vector diagram we can measure the length of vectors, so directly we will get the linear velocity of that particular link. So here we will stop, and in the next video we will apply all these particular things and find out the velocities of a simple configuration by using the relative velocity method. Thank you.